Hey you guys, Matt Allen here. Welcome back to Tactical Bass, and today we're headed out on the tin boat. We're doing some bass fishing on the Tennessee River, but we're fishing backwaters. Come along, it should be a lot of fun. The plan here today is just to catch some good fish. We've got a mix of things going on. We recently did a bait finesse video where we went out and threw bait finesse all day. Today I brought half bait finesse, half traditional rods. We've got everything from a glide bait to a spinner bait to a Senko to little bait finesse baits. Today we're gonna see how bait finesse plays in the mix with other baits. How you can really utilize it as part of a daily game plan, not as some niche thing. But the big deal today is we're going into some backwaters. We're actually on a lake with a giant tournament on it today. There are hundreds of boats out here right now. And I'm hoping that because we're in the jet, we can just go farther back, shallower than everybody else can reach, and we'll end up on a super busy, super crowded day. We'll end up relatively alone. We'll see if that plan works out. Let's go fishing. Nice. First fish of the day. All I've got at the moment is a hook, but that started out as a Yamamoto Yamatanuki. Caught it right off of whatever that is, maybe a water intake or something. I'm just exploring backwaters. Like I said at the beginning, it's amazing because I wasn't sure whether or not there'd still be a crowd of people around. I was hoping there wouldn't be, but I didn't know. And we're back here all alone. And this is probably the most crowded I've ever seen the lake. So it's pretty awesome. Hopefully we can really get into them. Got him. Man, that bite was subtle. Switched over to the depths cover scat for that one. The medium size. That fish just barely picked that up out off the end of this old broken down dock. We've got weird weather today. I mean, it's unseasonably cold, and this is not in the forecast. The forecast is telling me that it's sunny and that I'm not cold, and it is blowing, it's freezing, it's not normal. But I see that the wind is supposed to lay down over the next couple hours. Hopefully that means whatever this weirdness is gonna blow off and we'll go back to normal. Ooh, that was a bite. That was a bite. Got him. He came back for it. Too much fun. It's that Nichols pulsator. So I've got all sorts of conditions today. Out on the main river, it's actually reasonably clear. The first backwater I was in had maybe 1.5 to 2 feet of is. This one has like 6 inches. So I picked up a brighter boulder spinnerbait and it worked. That's awesome. You know, we recently went out, nice fish. We went out and did a bait finesse video, just dedicated bait finesse. But today, bait finesse is just part of my lineup. It's just a natural part of my fishing now. That was that same 2.5 ring craw that we've been talking a lot about lately, but this time I put it on a weedless jig head. I just wanted to try something different. And again, I'm flipping super shallow cover. This pocket we pulled into is muddy, and that fish was in, honestly, I thought I had stuck to something because it was in like 8 inches of water up underneath a little edge, but I loaded up on it and realized that was a fish and leaned back on him. But again, flipping ultra light line. This is 7-pound line on a bait casting setup, catching really good fish shallow. Oh. Oh man, I got bit on the glide twice. Oh man, I'm throwing that Spro Chad Shad and I just got bit twice. It didn't look like a giant, maybe 3.5, 4 pounds, but he popped it and then he ran up on it and smashed it and he just didn't get the hook. Oh, good times. It's a little guy, but he ate the karashi. As you guys know, one of my favorite ways to catch them. I'm hoping a great big one stumbles and eats that thing. Got him. Oh, that's a good one on the karashi. That's so awesome. He's got one hook. Got him. That is such fun. Look at that post spawn, super skinny. That one's on that Cashin bait finesse, the 7-foot light. Throwing that little karashi. It's all hung up in the net at the moment, but just such a good time. And getting me bites at a time that's pretty difficult. I mean, it's been a while since I've been bit. I just tied a drop shot on, thinking maybe if I slowed down, I could get some to go. But I picked this up first. Lo and behold, it worked. Oh, that is too much fun. Too much fun. This bait, if you guys have missed our other videos where I've talked about the karashi, it's like a half topwater, half jerk bait, half subsurface. But you fish it super fast, super aggressive. Now, you can slow down. When they don't want it, I slow way, way down. Walk it really slow. But most of the time, my main deal is walking this thing super fast, super aggressive, just below the surface, and they just crack it. Got her. I missed one on that grass clump on the glide bait. Just the faintest little tick. So I threw the glide up there again, nothing happened. So I picked up the little magic worm on a Texas rig drop shot. Bait finesse again. A BFS reel. Fired back in there and dunk, it bit. That explains why it missed the glide. Not a huge fish. Man, this is too much fun. I mean, here we are on a day that is literally the most crowded I've ever personally seen the lake. We're on Chickamauga, by the way. I don't know if I told you guys that earlier or not, but it is so crowded. I watched boats drive by this morning at blast off for, seemed like it went on forever. But we took the tin boat and we've tucked up in these pockets, and I've seen 4 boats all day, and there's only been one that I've even fished around. It's a completely different deal being in the aluminum. And you know, that brings something up, because a lot of people, we get a lot of comments from guys that are, you know, guys that own an aluminum boat that feel like they're a disadvantage to a bass boat, or guys in a kayak that think they're at a disadvantage, especially guys that are on the bank that think that they're at a disadvantage. And certainly there are days where one is a disadvantage over another, right? But today, being in an aluminum boat with a little motor that will go shallow is a huge advantage over a bass boat. No question, I'm catching more fish because I'm in this boat today. The water right here, it is that deep, what, 2 feet deep. And I've been a whole lot skinnier earlier today. I'm working my way back to deep water right now. I mean, I'm in places that I just can't get my bass boats, and as a result, the lake is slammed, but I'm back here fishing alone. So you really, no matter what you've got equipment-wise, whether you've got a pair of flip-flops or a bass boat, try to be happy with where you're at and try to find the places where what you've got is an advantage, right? For me, back here, this is an advantage. Out on the main body, it would not be. A guy who's walking the bank, try to find the places that boats literally can't get to, and you'll catch them. All right, let's get back to fishing. Oh, it's a giant. It's a giant. It's a giant on the karashi. No way. I mean, it's big, big. No way. It felt snagged when she ate it. She's just taking line. The hooks on this bait are so light, I can't put any pressure on her. But we're gonna run her down. Guys, the camera died right in the middle of that fight. But look at that great big bass. Giant. Let's get her loose. Look at this. Mega Bass Karashi. I don't even know what size hooks those are. 10s maybe? They're micro. 7-pound Daiwa fluoro because I want that green color. Corrado BFS, Cashin BFS rod. This stuff works, and not just for little fish. It catches giants, it catches a lot of fish. And today you're seeing it as part of the lineup, right? You're not seeing a day where we're out chasing tiny fish. We're just fishing, and this is a tool in the arsenal. It's sitting right here next to a jig and a glide bait. It's just another tool that works really, really well. And today, it caught our kicker, which is just awesome. All right, guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up. Look how shallow it is. He is blowing water trying to get out of this pocket. Super shallow. But these fish live here. On fisheries where there's a lot of pressure, the fish will go so shallow just to get away from everybody. I mean, you just saw it, a giant bass. I wish the camera hadn't died, but you were there for 2/3 of the fight. She folded shortly after the camera died. She turned and just sort of rolled over and just sort of came to the net, thankfully. I wasn't sure I was gonna get her at first. She was ripping. Just so much fun. This is a very effective way to fish. Guys, in the video description, I'll link all the gear I was using, the specific baits I caught them on, the colors, the gear, right? I know bait finesse is still not totally mainstream, so a lot of people don't know the exact components that they need yet. It's still a growing thing, but as you can see, it is here to stay. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk to you soon.